One of the biggest reasons many fans believe Light Yagami could be interpreted as gay is the way he behaves throughout the story. While Death Note never directly states that Light is gay, many viewers have noticed that he shows very little genuine romantic interest in any woman he meets. This becomes especially noticeable with Misa Amane. Misa openly loves Light, constantly tries to get his attention, risks her life for him, and repeatedly shows affection toward him. Despite all of this, Light rarely responds with real warmth or emotional attachment. Instead, he treats her as a useful tool for achieving his goals. Even when Misa gives him complete loyalty, Light remains emotionally distant and focused on his plans rather than on building a relationship with her. This pattern continues with other women in the series. Light is capable of acting charming when necessary, but his interactions often feel calculated rather than sincere. He understands how to appear like the perfect boyfriend, yet viewers rarely see signs of genuine romantic passion. Because of this, some fans have questioned whether his relationships with women reflect actual attraction or simply another part of the mask he wears to manipulate people around him. At the same time, Light's relationship with L stands out in a completely different way. The amount of attention, focus, and emotional energy he gives to L is unlike anything he shows toward anyone else. Their rivalry becomes the center of both their lives. They constantly think about each other, study each other's behavior, anticipate each other's moves, and spend large portions of the story locked in a psychological battle that neither can walk away from. For many viewers, this connection feels more intense than any romance shown in the series. This perception has become so common that countless memes and fan discussions have been created around it. Many jokes focus on how uninterested Light appears when women show affection toward him while becoming completely consumed by his battle with L. Other fan-made content humorously exaggerates their dynamic by portraying them as a couple rather than enemies. Some edited images even alter character profiles or scenes to suggest romantic feelings that never actually appear in the original story. These jokes are usually based on the idea that the strongest emotional connection in Death Note seems to exist between Light and L, regardless of whether that connection is interpreted as friendship, rivalry, obsession, admiration, or romance. Another reason this theory remains popular is because many scenes between Light and L contain an unusual level of tension and intimacy for two opponents. Their conversations often feel personal rather than purely strategic. Both men are fascinated by each other's intelligence and abilities. L becomes one of the very few people capable of challenging Light's sense of superiority, while Light becomes one of the few people capable of capturing L's complete attention. As a result, their relationship develops a depth that many viewers find more emotionally compelling than the story's official romantic relationships. Of course, there is another explanation. Light may simply be incapable of forming healthy emotional attachments with anyone, regardless of gender. Throughout the series, he manipulates family members, friends, allies, and romantic partners whenever it benefits his goals. Under this interpretation, his cold behavior toward women does not suggest hidden attraction to men. Instead, it reflects his growing obsession with power and control. L stands out only because he is the one person Light cannot easily manipulate, forcing him to invest more attention and energy than he normally would. Ultimately, Death Note never confirms that Light Yagami is gay. However, the theory continues to attract attention because of two major observations: his emotional distance from women, especially Misa, and the extraordinary intensity of his connection with L. Whether someone views that connection as rivalry, obsession, mutual respect, or romantic subtext depends largely on personal interpretation. What remains undeniable is that Light and L share one of the most complex and fascinating relationships in anime, which is why discussions about them continue long after the series ended.